ladies, we're live here, and let me put YouTube as well, so we go live on YouTube as well.
Hey, yo, check it out, yo. This is your boy, Face King. The things that we not go feed do but tell them so we go feed do This is the revive things they don't know. It feels so good to watch motivational Godfather on LxP Show. I watch, you watch, everybody watch. The word watch. Sammy Williams on LxP Show. Face King say so. A boom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're back live on LxP Show, and this is one of the best. Since we started LxP Show like almost 3 years ago, this is the first time getting these great, beautiful women on the LxP Show. We want to talk about career women and power, like, you know, career women and power. So let's go this way. Most men think women are full of themselves, like, you know, when they get power, they misuse it. That's the word. They misuse power. And some people also think we need to give women a chance to grow. I'm one of those people who believe that we need to give women a chance to grow because they are the majority. Why do we always want to push them down? They have the potentials to grow. So we have Lady SUAD here. We have Lady SUAD streaming live from Australia. We have MEVERLY streaming live from the Netherlands, and STELLA from Germany, and we have STACY from America. So it's like now we are UN here, and I'm streaming live from Australia too. So we are UN. We want to talk about women and power. So let's start with STELLA. STELLA, you've been in the war front for a while now.
Yeah.
What is your take when it comes to women and power? What do you think women can do? And what is your story? In just 10 minutes, tell us what your story is about. But I'll be asking you questions in your story to find out how we can kick in and support our own, you know, especially our own. All right, so you have the field now. Let's go with it.
Greetings to your viewers and your listeners as well. I think women, we carry a lot. Women, we are full of talent. We have a lot in us that needs to be empowered. I have started an NGO for almost 17 years, and I've experienced a lot. It's not easy, but I know that most of the time when we use our God-given talent very well, you know, we achieve a lot. My story started, I think, some years back, a long time. And when I started the NGO, by the way, everything was quite okay. I was working as well at that time, full time, and I decided to do something for the youth on this place. You know, I don't know about Holland, but I think US is a bit okay, UK is quite okay, but here in Germany, our time it was a bit harder. Our children were just roaming about, so that is how the whole thing started. And as time goes on, you know, the whole thing started developing into so many groups and stuff. So I mean, the work was quite okay until my story began with, like the way you said, my partner at that time. You know, I was expecting him to give me his best support, which I was not getting it. And sometimes it's not easy being a wife at the same time trying to put some things together. You go outside there, come home very late. So I think some years back, I gave birth to my boy, And then the whole thing started becoming harder. That's the reason why I respect my sister in Holland so much, because as a single mom, it's not easy, to push your goals. But I was doing everything. You'll not believe it. Sometimes I was living with a husband. I was living with the man in the house. Um, it was really hard because he will go to work, come back home, be at his corner, and I have to see to it that as a wife, I do my stuff and then, take care of the child at the same time, and also try to, take care of the youth, the children, the things that I started. I have to keep focused so that I will not lose, a whole lot of stuff. So it was a bit hard at that time. But one thing I know is that when God gives you something, He always gives you the strength, to push. So I was, trying all that I can. But it goes to a time it started becoming very hard because my partner at that time decided not to talk, not to talk at all, trying just to be there for being there sick. So it was a bit tough for me at that time. I didn't really know what to do, but as I said, I was so focused because you have people behind you have people who are looking up to you. So when you give up, it's like you put some people to a certain level and you're trying to just leave them over there. So I decided just to ignore myself, ignore everything, and then concentrate on the things that I was doing. So I was just going up and down, working with all the authorities here, trying to, do everything for other people and, myself. I was not doing any much apart from my child.
All right. Can I come in for a sec? Like, as you were saying, empowerment. If you start, let's say when you started your business or when you started your charity or your NGO, what kind of empowerment did you need your partner to give you?
I was expecting him to be part of the whole thing. It shouldn't be
Like
one.
what? Like how? Sometimes we men, we get lost. We don't know what to help you for.
I think you don't get lost by because the interest was not there. I will put it in that way. Well, when there is an interest, you always find out what to do. Well, I was expecting him to ask me about the whole thing, find out what you do when you go outside there, when you go to the offices, what do you do with the children, the youth. Sometimes we organize festivals, or I organize something like awards and stuff. And then, he was just at home. He was nowhere to be found.
Mm.
And we'll not even find out. No questions.
All right. So hold on for that. We will continue your story. Ladies, do you have any intake in that? Do you have anything you want to add to the question I asked? Sometimes we don't know where to start with. We don't know all what we know is you say you want to achieve something and you are just going. And all you tell us is I'm going. And we are lost. So was it a point in your life that somebody or your partner got lost like me? Sometimes I get lost.
If the question is for me, I don't believe, or I don't think he was lost. He didn't wanted to be part of it because my partner that I have at the moment, since the first day, he has been part of it up till now. We does everything. It's like we are twins. We does everything together. We draw programs. He always bring in something. Ask me, what do you think? Can you add this one into what you are doing? What if you add it? Are you sure it fits into the whole thing? So I think maybe um his interest was not really there. I quite remember I wanted him to, he was a teacher back home, so I wanted him to teach in this place. So they asked him to go and learn German a bit, not too much, so that he can teach us as class one. The answer was really upset. He was like, hey, we came in here for money and then, so.
Don't you think because you were focusing, as you said, the focus was on your business or on your career instead of the family? Don't you think that was one of it?
I will say yes and no. Let me say yes or no. Because it was when I found out that, okay, there is no any push from him. It's like he's not being, I think, let me describe him. I married a very quiet person, extremely quiet person who doesn't talk. He doesn't talk at all. He doesn't talk about himself, and so there wasn't any conversation. It was a bit hard to talk or discuss and stuff. So I think that I would just use this one. I think the foundation was the problem.
Mm. All right, let's go ahead with your story then.
Yeah. So it got to a time while the whole thing is getting tough, and he started leaving the house. Sometimes I'll be back, and then you come and see an empty house there, and they will start calling him, finding out where he is. I think those things follows almost 6 or 7 times in 6 years married. And then the last time, it was December, he went to Ghana and came back. I was there with the child when he packed his things and then left. So I was extremely tired of this, going, coming. And I just called my mom at that time. I said, Mom, okay, he's gone again. And then my mom was like, okay, it's your decision. So um, you can decide to, get him back, or I have no problem with that. The reason I call my mom is that my mom being a pastor, I wanted to ask her view or how she thinks about the whole thing. And then my mom was really very open and told me that, you know what, I think you have to decide what you want. So yeah, I just let it go like that. I did not call him anymore. I told myself, okay, enough is enough. Let me just be on myself and put some things together. So that's how the whole thing ended up. And I decided to just keep focused on the project and the things I'm doing with my son. And I got to know my husband through the work I'm doing, through the job.
Thank you so much. We know we haven't finished your story yet, but I just will have this question here. Don't you think you were putting much time on your career than the family?
Um, yes, of course. It's just half. Yes, of course. I was investing a lot of time. I mean, it's like we are in a country whereby we blacks, nothing is working in this place. So I felt like, bringing a change, doing something for our community. So I was investing almost my everything in that. But when I come home, I throw that work aside and try to be the wife at home. But I think I was also missing something in the whole marriage stuff. I was missing a husband in the house.
Mm. All right, we'll continue with your story. And I think career women, like, one thing most men, when I said I'm coming to talk about this topic, I asked a lot of questions from the guys. And some of the guys says, you ladies, when you get the power, when you get your career going on, you forget everything. And all what you focus is the career and the kids. And you make the men lost out or lose out. That is one of the main questions or the main thing the guys were telling me. And so now we go to Lady SUAD. Lady SUAD, what do you take from that? You guys focus on your career and on your children. And for us, we become like, the shells of the egg. Now the chicken is out, we don't need the shells anymore.
Hello, everyone. And very excited and happy to be in this platform today with these very strong women. I just want to say that, no, I don't think so that the story, because if I look at myself that this is just an excuse, sorry to say that, for the men to think that. So if I wanna think, just go back and think about my own story, I wasn't actually doing that. I wasn't working like Stella. I wasn't working. So there was no reason for me to focus more on anything else except my children and my partner. So, but it gets to that point that everything went bad, you know? So I think men, well, not all of them, most of them, they do actually take it as an excuse when you start working. Because I remember when I started studying, at some point, that's what comes up, like, oh, probably you're taking care more of your study and your children, which is supposed to be, if like you are a true partner, we'll sit down and we'll talk about what will happen from now. So see, if I'm staying home, it's different totally to if I'm working or if I'm studying. So this is a family life. Okay, so I think men, what they want to do is they don't want to change. So they used to come home, clean, food is ready, kids are clean. So you don't ask them about anything. They don't want this to change. So as soon if you start studying or you start working, well, they don't think that that will take some of the time as well. So what the men have to jump in and try to help. So all of you, like the whole family, can enjoy this. But I think our men, they want to stay just the same. They don't want to change. They want you to be doing the new career and everything, and maybe the studying and everything, and the kids, and still to have that time for him. But if I just want to say one thing, say for example, if we actually decided that, okay, I'm going tomorrow, I'm going to college or to university or whatever, if he, rather than him going to sleep until say 7 and just put on his clothes and run to work, he can wake up at 6 o'clock. Help me with the kids' lunchbox, help me clean up a little bit so all of us can eat and we'll be ready and we hit the road together. But no, he want to stay and he want the food ready while you have 4 children and you have a career to go to and you have class to go to. And after that, they will be upset. So I don't think that we give more time to our career or more time to the children. This is not just my children, this is his children as well. So we're supposed to work together, but with most of men, I think they don't know what that's mean, working together towards something. I think that this is just my opinion from my own experience though.
All right. So some of the guys don't agree with you now. Well, let me read some of the questions from Likey now. They said, one person said, you ladies, that is excuse to run from your choices. Excuse to run from your choices. That you're using your career as an excuse. But this guy goes to work and come home and help, like, it doesn't help like home choices, but hey, he's the father of the house.
Well, that is still doesn't give him the choice that not to help. Look, there is some of the stuff that he can help with. And if we can just sit down and talk, I think with our community and with most of men, it's quite hard to sit down and talk. This is the problem that I find with when people come to me and people talk to me about their problem. This is the main thing. Men don't come sit down and talk because they come into the marriage with that particular idea in their mind and it's supposed to stay like that. But we are partners. We have to sit down and talk about what works for all of us as a family. So if you want us sitting down with me, negotiating with me, and we try to get into some kind of solution, how are we gonna really drive this family? Okay, you are going to work, I'm going to work, or I'm going to study or something like that. So something has to change and men has to realize this a little bit. We not ask them for like, you have to do everything and we're coming for a day, we tired, you want to sleep and you have to cook and clean. I don't think like a woman will do that, to be honest, okay? We'll do as much as we can, but we still want men to just jump in a little bit and give us that tiny bit of help so we can give them the time. I think that's the problem is.
All right, so most men also complain about the one thing they don't get, that one thing. Like, you know, after they come home, you guys say, because I'm tired, my career, this and this, you don't give them that one thing. What is your excuse?
Well, it's the same though. Look, I'm gonna say again, if say for example, we are ready for dinner, okay? If you're gonna come from work, I'll lay down, okay? And I'm coming from work just like you, or I'm coming from university, okay? I'll be doing a lot of work, okay? So when I come home, I'll prepare dinner and I have to go and wash the dishes and I have to go and help the kids with their homework, okay? And you can't come and ask for anything after that, to be honest. But be smart though. That's what I always tell men, you have to be smart though. I'm preparing dinner, you can help with the kids' homework, okay? You don't want to do that. I can prepare dinner, you go and wash the dishes while I do the kids' homework. So you will give me that half an hour, 45 minutes to actually give you what that thing that you want. Otherwise, if you're leaving everything to me, you are resting. And when I come to bed, I'm tired. This is just the truth, and bad luck.
All right, that's interesting though. All right, let's come into your story a bit. There was a point in your life you had a kid in a moving vehicle. I was really shocked. I mean, isn't it the silence voice of millions? So now you speak for the millions out there in Australia about domestic violence. So what was your take in that, like compared to like what we are talking about? Is it, like, what would you say to advise the women who are watching you when it comes to your career?
The first thing I always say that we have to choose right. That's what I've learned. We really have to choose right. Even that we wear masks, all of us, to be honest, like men and women, in that time that we are still dating or in the engagement time, and we show each other like the best side of us, okay? And we fall in love, and you know, we forgot about a lot of other like details that marriage and being partnered is totally different than just dating someone or just going out and meeting, you know, meeting today and tomorrow, and there is no responsibilities that much. Marriage and being partners come with responsibilities. So we have to look at that side first, okay? So, and when me personally, when I got married, I was really young. And I looked at only one side. I looked at only one side. Now looking back, I should have looked at that side only, because say for me, I'm just gonna talk about myself. For me, I looked at the religious side more, because all religion, you know, that person, he's a religion person, that's mean nothing bad will happen to you, especially if he's in the community, knowing that person, if he's in church or if he's at the mosque or if he's at whatever, he's people are looking at him like he's that person, that the leader, or that person that always greet people, and person that's nice and everything, and he's a religious person. You will go there with a peaceful heart. You will think, okay, he knows the religion well, he will treat me well. So that was my point. But as I said in my book, not all of them, even they do go to the mosque, or if they go to church or whatever, they still have, you know, they don't deserve to really get married to a good woman. Not all of them. That's what I just say. So we really have to choose well. And the other thing is, you have to know the value of yourself. And too much forgiveness for men. Oh, men today gonna hate me. Too much forgiveness for men will really make them feel like, and it shouldn't be that way. It will make them feel like you can't do anything, okay? And at the beginning, when you get into that relationship, you have to think about, where am I going with it and what I want to do. But us as women, and I think the mistake that most of us will learn, and this is the way actually we've been brought up, and this is the way we've been taught, that everything in your life is just about your husband, your house, and your children, okay? And even that, if we got married while we're still studying, and if the man said no, we'll leave the study. And if we start a new career, and if the man said no, we leave the new career. So, and after that, when we're leaving, you know, the studying and the work and everything, we actually depending on them too much. We ask them for everything. And I think most of men, when you were staying home and you ask them for everything, I think that's when they got you. That's when, that you, when you come under their control, because believe me, I get a lot of, you know, emails and people call me, talk to me. I found this is the same problem. They know that you are not going anywhere. Why? Because you don't have a job, you don't have an income, you know, you have 4 or 5 children. Where are you gonna go? Okay, so they feel like, okay, now we can do whatever, and she will still keep staying, especially if you forgive first time, second time, third time, you're always forgiving. For us, what men don't understand is when we forgive, we're looking at the family. It's not like we don't feel it, or it's not like he's the only and the last man alive on earth, but when we go into marriage, or when we go into being a partner with someone, we think as women, that's it. That's the end of it. We're not going anywhere. We are not doing anything else. I'm gonna die with this person, okay? But I think most of men have other choices as well to do on that. And as I said, when you have children, that's when like, okay, now I got her and she's under my wing. So she's not going anywhere. And that's when they will start playing a lot. Okay, and the thing is, when you forgive too much, you know, they get to the point that they don't even care. Okay, and it's a choice. To be honest, it's a choice, because look.
Can I come in for a sec? Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I come in for a sec? As you're saying, forgive, they still do it. Forgive, they still do it. But when I was about to marry you, you didn't have a career, like your story. You never tell me you have a career. But I got married to you, we have kids, then suddenly, boom, you want to write a book, you want to be a speaker, you want to, like what? And you started going to uni, you don't have time, and you think, whoa, I need to be happy? Is that what you said?
Okay. Okay. Let's just talk about that a little bit. Okay. When you get married to me, you knew that I'm an educated person. Okay. I didn't have a job at that time. I didn't have a career. I didn't have children at that time. But people learn, people grow. And what is it? What is it? Marriage is about growing together. Marriage is about you supporting me. Okay. Because if you see, like if a man said, oh, I'm going to go back to university, 99% of women, I swear to God, she will support her man to go. And if she's working, she will give all her money and she will look after the children, and she will, you know, prepare the house for him when he comes back, if he want to study, everything. So why don't you do the same thing for me? Okay, you want to escalate and you want to be something big, and you want to grow into something. Why should I do the same thing for myself? Why do you want me to be under you all the time?
All right.
That's the thing.
All right. Let's hold on to that over there. MEVERLY, like, you know, men naturally were trained for women to be under us. As she was saying, control, depending on us. Now, we are scared that you got career, you got the money, you got, like, you know, you are independent women, as you call yourself, independent women. Then the family is not going to move on. But as you are under my control, the family is smoothly moving on. MEVERLY, what do you say to that?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for bringing me on the show. It's very interesting to share my story with different kind of people and with the world. But you are talking about two things. You're talking about submission, career, and women.
Yeah, and
first
power.
Let me talk, pardon?
And power as well. Right? But for now, we're talking about the women and the career first, then we'll go to the power.
I'm a corporate lady. Yeah? I come from a corporate world, and I started my own business. I started this all after my divorce. I compare marriage, easily said, with a business structure. You have a CEO, you have a managing department, You have the board, the coordinator, the supervisor, and the staff, and etc. The CEO is your husband, yeah? And you are the managing director of the entity. Obviously, when you are a CEO, you cooperate with the managing director to get the business moving. The business is the marriage. If the CEO doesn't know the role and the managing director doesn't know the role, obviously you're going to clash. So when you start clashing, then misabuse and abuse comes in. So what does a CEO do? A CEO is the overlooking corporate person over the whole entity. So that means you have a lot of things to do. The managing director helps you to achieve those kind of things. But a managing director also has a department to run. Whether this department is a schooling, whether this department is the career elsewhere, but still comes back to you to brief you on the things you're going through. So the moment you don't know as a woman your power or your role, and you don't know the role of a man, or the man himself doesn't know his role in setting entity or setting upcoming things that you people are doing, you not produce product. Then there will be this kind of thing that the man wants to abuse you or sit upon you, or when you are trying to move on in things, you'll be withdrawing back because you don't want to lose your marriage, or you're losing sight of your children, or you're losing sight of your home. You don't want that. So talking about power and being in an entity or having your things going on, we are two different bodies that came together trying to rule into a certain thing. I have my own career, I have my own character, I have my own purpose in life. The fact that I came to you to get married doesn't mean that I need to lose sight of my purpose. And that's the point where a man doesn't know his role. Some men, not all of them, most of the men don't know that a woman has his role as well. She has a role to play at home, but she has a role to play in the society, the community, the world. The moment we male, female, I'm not a feminist, yeah, people will see me as a feminist. I believe in, no, what I'm trying to bring out is that women have a role to play, so has a man has a role to play. You cannot be submissive to a man who doesn't know his role, and you cannot be submissive to a man who doesn't know the role of a woman. If you think that you need to bring only money and I need to cook, satisfy you, take care of the children, also bring money, what do you take me for? I don't work on kerosene. I'm also part of having blood veins, I work on energy, needing to have food. So if we have all these kind of things and you think still that I need to look good, not to gain fat, do the gym things, have the body, it can't work like that. Obviously, I will fail. And then you have this society, the Black community where we are living in. When the woman starts or the marriage starts failing, they will blame the woman just because she couldn't handle everything. Back in the days, in my time of my grandma and my great-grandma, there was no such thing as woman working. There was no such thing like that. You work at home. You will go to the farm, bring the food in, prepare the food, cater for the children. But it is 2021, whereby the husband can not only bring the money in and able to pay all the bills, the university bills of your children, paying all your expenses as well. So obviously I need to cooperate to certain things. So that's why it comes in. So they will say, being a woman is very hard in 2021. It's not about being a woman being hard in 2021. Being a man is hard. You know why? Because first, you should have only bring money into the marriage and we're settled. But now you're not only bringing money into the marriage, you need to make sure that your home is going as you want it to go. You need to make sure that your wife is doing her duties as well. You need to make sure if there are kids involved, the kids are doing his role or her role in the family. And I'm a Christian. I believe that when two people meet, you can conquer the world. But if you can't conquer your own home, you can't conquer the world. So it all starts off managing your own house, your lifetime, your time and everything, and then bringing it out to the world. So if your house is not in order, you cannot portray something outside, then you'll be this another Derek Jacks, trying to tell the world that 7 signs that your man is failing you or cheating on you. At the end of the day, you are cheating on your wife. It starts at home. So if your home is not in order, you cannot be outside doing things properly. So sometimes you need to bring steps back to go on in life. That's how I believe, or that's what I have now starting teaching myself or learned along the way.
All right, so as you were saying, the man, being a man is now hard than being a woman. Eh?
No,
all right.
That's not what I'm saying.
All right, so let's come to this thing here, as you're saying. So we need to support you, ladies. We need to push you, ladies. But this is the point. This is our fear. Like, this is our fear. We push you to the top, and you start stepping on us. Like, you start stepping on us like a doormat when it comes to that. And that's the fear. That's the fear. Like, I've spoken to a lot of guys when it comes to women in power or career women.
Before. Fear is something that is not there, and yet you're believing that it is there.
Yeah, but that's our fear. It's gotta be there. It's gotta be there.
Quit the fear thing, because when you say fear, you don't know that is there. It's something you have heard, maybe something you have seen, but you know the person you got married to, right?
Yeah.
For instance, if I get married to somebody and it will be like, yeah, but you're all over the corporate things and other things, then you are afraid to get married to me. But you do like the perspective of me being a corporate woman, being everywhere, writing books, being motivational speaker and all those kind of things. So that means you're not ready to get married to a person like me. Then you need to get married to a person who believes that being a home lady or a mother, being at home only, doing the care and everything. But don't get married to a woman who is also into a couple, because how bigger the person is, how bigger the task will be for you. Because then you have more things as a CEO to manage. You need to watch it from that point of view. You want a career woman, you want to get married to a lawyer. A lawyer has to make effort by studying and being up to date with all the new regulations. You just love the title lawyer, but you don't like the things that will come with it. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. It doesn't work.
All right. Let me see some of the comments here. We're still on Like It Live. Somebody said they like your voice. And
oh yeah, I'm sorry. I have a cold, so that's why.
And someone says, yeah, you have a strong point there. I think that's a woman. Don't worry about it. All right.
You're what I'm saying. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to pinpoint all the facts that are out there.
Yeah, but all right. So you have a fact. Let's come to your story. Like, there was a point in your story that you need to, now you are a single mother and you are a hardworking mother. You've written like a couple of books. And how did you end up in that way? Because you were not like that. And suddenly you started becoming this strong woman, like Yasantua type of woman. And now, Yasantua, yeah. And now you have all these books. And the guy that you started with is no more. This is what I've been saying, like, the whole thing. You start with us, but when you get to that point, how come you realize that you don't need us anymore? Are we? Yeah. All right, Stella, you want to say something? I know you want to say something.
No, the way you just used, like, you don't need us anymore. How on earth?
Because look at it. Women in power, like all the women in power, all what they do is like, they get to the power, they get there, they get that top there, then the guys, you guys push us like, yeah.
No, it is not like that.
All right, let me let Stacy come in. Stacy, are we ready to come in? Then Stacy, All right, so Stacy is still setting up. All right, so Stella, you was on something.
Like the way my dear sister Beverly just said, I think when you decide to be in partnership now, first of all, check around
All right,
exactly what
just hold on
you
for a
want.
sec. Just hold on for a sec. When did that marriage become that partnership thing?
No, I'm
CEO,
talking about the foundation.
the CEO
Because the
thing.
point
Like,
is,
you know,
no, wait a minute. The
Mevly,
point is,
Mevly, when did you find out that marriage is like CEO, a business or something? When did
it's
that?
like,
No, I never said, let me correct myself if I
Uh,
did say it something differently. I
mm,
never said that marriage is a partnership, but I compared it as a business.
yeah.
Give an example out there so that you understand what you're going into, because it seems like this topic about the role of a woman or the role of a man keeps on coming back because there is no understanding. You know, you need to understand first what a woman is. It's an emotional being. Where I believe that a woman came out of the rib of the man and etc. So we took all the emotions. But if you don't have the understanding of what a woman is and what a woman is capable of, then you be scared, fear that when the woman comes into this corporate lifestyle of having a business, of having something of herself, she will lose sight of you. And what you're afraid of is that you will not be satisfied by the woman, or that you will not eat the food you want to eat because it takes 3 hours to cook up this peanut butter soup thing. That is the point of view. That is the point we people, you men are having, or the perspective you men are having about me. Or no, it's not the case. I do respect men because I do believe that you are the head of the family, but you need to understand what the head of a family means. And the mistakes we women make is that we think that when we are flabbergasted, you know, when we have all the sweet talks, oh, this man is the right man for me and this and this and that. But you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. And then the moment you get married, you'll be like, oh God, what kind of man is this? Because
yeah,
you have a different view of the world, but because you were sweet talked, you don't even know where you're heading to. So you asked me a question. I was not like that. You know, the moment I lost my marriage is the moment I found myself. I found it what I really wanted because I was still employing, you know, I didn't knew really what I was. I was something that was created to be like my husband or accept him or, you know, do what he wants. But at some point I realized, but this is not what I want. I want to be like this. So the moment the children came in and, you know, you have less time for each other, that's the moment you start clashing about setting some silly things. But at the end of the day, I realized, no, I want to be something like this. And my story of my divorce is not something that I need to be pitied of. No, it's something that I need to empower another person. And I'm not only empowering women, but also empowering men. You know, I know the mistakes I did in a marriage, but I also need to know the good things that I brought out of the marriage. That is who I am now. Writing books, encouraging people, talking about politics, talking about this. But when I come back home, I am a mother. I don't do my work. So that means it is an extra energy. Instead of waking up 7 o'clock, I will be awake at 5 o'clock so that my day, when I come back home, I will do what I need to do. So that is what I always say, you know, you need to manage your time, your life, and everything around it because time is 24 hours. How are you going to divide your 24 hours to be able to satisfy your husband, satisfy your children, be the mother, and also be the corporate? Because people are calling me as well. But sometimes when you call me after 6 o'clock, I would tell you, listen up, I also have a family to run. So I know it's money. Yeah, I know that, but I need to say sorry to that for now. Call me back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. It is saying yes to certain things and saying no to certain things. That is what I believe as a woman in role of power, marriage, mother, all that kind of things. So it's very demanding, but you will get something out of it as well. But the more you grow into these corporate things, and you are doing it well, eventually you will have people to enroll and will start working for you. So you will be a bit more hands off so that you will be managing more other things. It's all about managing your time.
Okay, let me come in with this. Like, you know, sometimes ladies, don't get me wrong though, but get this. Anytime you discover yourself, there's a divorce. Anytime you discover yourself, there's a divorce. And you ladies says, oh no, I was, excuse my language, I was like, you know, immature when I got married. I was not wise. And now you're wise. Why are you not staying? Why are you going? Stacy. Hello, Stacy.
I have to hit mine a little bit.
All right.
Before, yeah, sorry.
All right, so now the question is, when you get married and now you discover yourself, the whole thing crash. And all what you guys say is that, I discovered myself. I was, you know, when I got married, I was very young, I was naive. That's the word, naive. And I was like, you know, now that I discover myself, you don't want to stay. What do you take? What is your take on that, Stacy?
1 second, please.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I have been looking forward for such a great programs. I have been looking forward to see such women coming together to care, to discuss, and then so that our generation and our youths that are coming will not just rush into anything due to what they see or witness. And everybody have said it all, and it's hard in that statement that they think we women should just flow with the flow and submit to just marriage, and how they see and value us is not right. Like my other sister was saying, we all need to be empowered, support, and encourage. So I would say marriage really does not bring the best in us. We have it in us. Okay, me, for instance, I was very independent, and then I was very hardworking, and then I thought I prayed and I settled in for the right person due to the same religion, God-fearing, good-looking, being active, and what have you. But those things did not really help me in my journey of love. So let me take you guys back a little bit. I'm talking about in terms of relationship, because there's always the people that I love, okay, sometimes don't really love what I do. Like my sister, as this Stella was saying, when you have a gift, like, you know, you're good at something, and they sometimes know that this is your passion, but you put everything on hold because of love, or we get carried away, or let me say we lose ourselves in the process because of love. You know, love is big and strong, that sometimes if care is not being taken, you can even leave everything behind. That was my situation. My relationship has been very rough, and I have to lose good people that I think I'll be better off with them due to this common ground, and then issue of them being jealous of what I'm doing and what I'll become, or me taking sides of loving my mission and my purpose. You know, so I have to let good people go. I'm talking about having so much broken heart due to such issue. And then I want people to also understand that it's not like women change, or when they get power, when they gain power, they transpose into something else. The men really knows what they are getting themselves into. They spot you, same thing got them attracted to you. Okay, they saw those qualities, and they still said you. Unless they are faking, unless they rather were hidden and they are coming from self-interest, or they want to marry the good one and the calm one, and they don't want us to grow. Marriage exposes the hidden things in us. It's only a few good women that if they have family and friends around them, they always bounce back and recall their worth and value. People lose themselves in marriage. Some people, they will never be the same. For me, I have to struggle to balance and choose between love and myself. Like I was saying, for my background, I was growing up as an orphan, okay? So one thing that I'm supposed to at least be rewarded is a good man in my life, because I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot that I've been praying. My dear brethren, I fast and I pray. I was so sure the people I said yes to was the one. That is one mistake I want our generations to learn. We should not be quick to make decision and settle with anything in trouser. Permit my language.
Hey,
Or just because.
Now what did you talk now?
Yeah, I beg we first speak calm because this thing be serious. We give it our all. We women, let me speak for me. Growing up was crazy, okay? So I kind of like, I don't want to live anyhow and date anything in trouser. So I take my time, kept myself, thinking that the people that I love will love me back and love what I do, because since that is the only thing that puts smile on my face. But they will play along and act up like they are with you. So they get you, give back to you, lock you with a ring, and then you wake up someday to realize, or if you don't get good people to pinch you or wake you up for you to know that you have lose yourself or you are losing it, a time will come, you will sit back and you will cry, you will tear up because you have wasted years. Mine was a battle because I love so much, and I don't care if I have to relocate. I don't care how far or things I have to put down, thinking that with time, the same love, the quote they share with us will awaken them to know my worth and value. That was a mistake. I will tell my generation and the youth coming that do not put your dreams, your school. I don't care how sweet they taste. I don't care how lovely they look. I don't care what it is. Please make sure to love yourself first. I'm not saying all men. Some men will support you. Men are very jealous. It takes self-control for some of them to control themselves, seeing their women being successful and becoming great. Okay? Again, men are very jealous. Some men, all men are jealous. Some are good in pretending, or some are good and they are in charge of themselves. They can switch characters and be okay. If they have their mom or their sisters behind them to balance the equation, not to show so much jealousy. Some are God-fearing, that they love growth. They would rather be on top of you. This life, let me put it this way, is wanting, no getting, no want. That's how I see life. I'm saying this because the good ones that want to be to need encouragement, empowerment, will end up getting the good men that are willing to empower and help them go to school and all that, and they will not do. And then the ones that are so determined, that are coming from a background like myself, that is looking one way or the other to get that man behind them to support and push them and empower them, also will not get. So they will say life is not fair, but yet again, you have this life and it's yours. Take charge of your life and fight. I'm not saying fight, but negotiate before you guys are dating or he's trying to show. Make sure you set your priorities right. Let them know this is you and you're going to be growing. Don't tell them like this is me. I love you and I'm willing to do everything, put everything behind. Those things they use to slave us in the process. Our worst. When the thing goes well, when love, capture us in captives, we say so much things. We they use our own words and look at us the way. Some men know some women are not visionaries. We settle for less. We don't even question them, not disrespectful way to know their whereabouts. Again, then the forgiveness. We keep forgiving them and they think say we don't have any place to go. This is it. We should even thank God they have us. So I would say most of us is our own doing. And men also begin to treat us like that. Some men are treating some women like that because we have given them the permission. If you don't give a person, a man, a friend, a permission to rule you from the ghetto, trust me, there is no way they will take that power from you and reduce you to nothing. Men love power. Okay,
right.
men love power.
Can I come in with your power?
Sure, sure.
Come in with your power. This preaching there, now wow. Hey, all right, so let's come this way. As you are saying, want no get no want. Now, the want is there, but why you went for somebody who doesn't want it?
It be the taste though. Sometimes the taste, the height and the length. Let me be raw here, okay? I want to make this a bit more fun. Sometimes we bite more than we can chew, okay? So like I'm saying, the one that are in love with me, that will help me and support me. I'm checking certain things. You know, when I was little, we used to have this diary and we write, we are looking for TikTok days, we're looking for a man, you know, those, no, come on. You know, you have this little, in school, you have this specific qualities that you are looking. And those qualities will not be a helper, will be a jealous one, will be the abusive one, will be the one want to keep you and make you shut you. You know, they make you feel, some make you feel inferior, thinking your worth and your value is to push babies. You are a baby making machine. I'm telling you, even in sex and romance. I'm sorry, let me go there. Even in sex and romance, they say that you know, I'm sorry. They don't care about your orgasms, they don't care about your feelings. They just want to treat you like a puppet. I'm being real here. I just want to be local. Yeah, some people, I know a lady I've been talking to 9 years. No matter. 9 good years in marriage. She's enduring. I'm sorry. The slavery starts from us. We give them the permission in our dating process. We are so desperate. Some of us are not coming from a good home. We just need a father. But we giving them permission to father others don't mean we should be slaves. We want a man that we can respect, not to be afraid of. We want a husband that we can serve, not to worship. That's right. That's my problem.
All right. You
I have to worship my God, not to worship you.
Hold on for a sec. Hold on for a sec. You know, sometimes I always say is women your own, you dig your own holes and you fall in it. You dig your own pit and you fall in it. Come this way. I'll be a friend of you. You tell me your story. Whenever you have issue, you call me. I'm the first person you call me. You talk to me. Do this. Your career, I'm the one pushing you. But if I said to you, I love you, you said, nah, I don't want you. You're like a brother. So you guys go and marry your enemies and you wake up and you start crying. Is it not your own fault?
It's the case. Look.
All right.
No, we want good things.
Mevery, you want to come in?
Yeah, it's the looks. It's very deceiving, you know. For instance, I got married to a banker and everybody was like, oh, he's a banker. He has a good position. Well, he was not the right person. So it was the looks, you know, the flattering title he had and, you know, the car. That's what I fought for. But that was not the thing that what was good for me. And unfortunately, I needed to find out the hard way and climb out of this pit I was falling in. So yeah, unfortunately, that is something, you know, the credentials, we stigmatize ourselves with, oh, he is a doctor or he's a lawyer, so he might be good for us, but that is not the thing. And the moment you realize that, then you're very deep in a relationship and then you lose yourself.
Wow. Okay. So
I have a question on you.
Now you
I have
go.
a question.
You have a question?
Exactly. I couldn't.
No, I'm the one doing the question though. No,
Okay,
no,
then let me talk.
it's all right. It's
so
all right.
that you
Come with your question.
because I couldn't finish it. In my story, because you are pushing the whole thing into like when the men help us and then we ran away or something like that. But look at my side. I got to know this man in this country, very hard country that we found ourselves, and he was not even having documents and anything. So I saw my husband. I was like, okay, no, let me push him. The guy was a teacher in Africa, so let me help him do it. When I met him, he was having only a week to leave this country. So I was not having much time to study him. It was like I was locked into something whereby my man was like, okay, will you allow them to send him back home before you do all that? I was like, okay, let me just save him. So we did all this kind of stuff, marriage and everything, and then he got the document. And I worked 3 good years to take care of everything from home and stuff till he started working. So look at the picture very well. And then I started the NGO and everything. He waited till he got unbefristed. That's what we call it here, stay permit. And then he started, messing up, trying to hide stuff. I got to a time when I came back, I saw that he's trying to rent his own apartment and, a whole lot of stuff. In such case that at the end of the day, he left home 6 good times, not even the woman, no. He left home 6 good times and then find his way and then moved forever and ever. How will you call such a thing? Is it not misuse? I always say that our men nowadays have their own tricks. I know one of my girlfriend who's should I call it father of her children has been cheating. How can a man be with 3 ladies at the same time? And you've given birth to one. I think we don't take marriage serious, and then sometimes we exchange lust with love. I think sometimes the foundation is the main problem when we start dating. How we start the whole thing, because I think especially we Africans, when a man tells you that I love you, you really have to think about it very well. Is it I like you or I loved you? Right. When there is love, there is peace. And when you love somebody, loved the person, you will never ever mishandle that person. It took me a while for me to, experience love. And I'm experiencing it with the man that I am with, and you ask yourself, okay, my ex-husband, well, my ex-husband wasn't also a man like the one I'm having. But I think like the way you said, my sister Stacey also said, sometimes we have our own dreams and we want to have a TikTok man, and we overlook this. Let me say, my husband is short. This short man, and think that, oh no, this is not for me. I'm short, so I don't want to take a short. But now I tell you, I love my husband so dearly because we are. It's like we are twins. He's not tall. He's very smallish like me, and it flows. He cooks, and I respect him for that, because the fact that he's cooking doesn't make him become a woman. But if I'm on my way, he cooked, and when I come back, I also cook. So it's this exchange of, this marital stuff.
All right.
Please, can I come in? Please, can I come in?
Just a sec.
Okay.
Just a sec. You will come in. The whole thing you are saying is really on point. And as we are talking about career and power, like, women in career, marriage is also one of the things that shoot your careers up and down. And majority shoot your careers down. Like, because that's why I brought this LxP show, for you to express yourself. For other women who are going through the same issue. There's a lot of women going through the same issue. They have careers, they have dreams. But you women, in your first stage of courting, you want the guy who is like, in the school. Let's say in the school, you want the stubborn ones, not the people who are like, you have friends, but you don't date your friends. You always want to date people who are different. I don't even understand, but that's another topic for another day. All right, come in, then I will read some messages on Facebook, then we take it from there.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to highlight something here. When my sister Stella was saying she was talking. She said I think she felt sympathy for the man. Okay, and there we sometimes overdo stuff out of pityness, and that is not love. We're trying to be the savior. This mistake, a lot of people have wasting money, resource on wrong people in my journey of love, thinking that whatever I am giving in, I should get the same energy back. But I was wrong. So you find that particular person that love you with everything, that you don't need to do nothing. Like you are saying, we have good best friend of us that now, if I have to relive and marry again, I have to marry my best friend. Because like you said, they know the in and out. We complain and they are there about some way or the other. It's either they are doing it and put the car, or they stop their teeth, or they grind their teeth. We always find fault and want to go for the fanboy. You know what I mean, right? The fanboy. But when we have issues and stuff, we go to this Adanko, the one, you know, they work. We underestimate the ability of them giving us their listening ear, being there for us through hook and cook. Right now, if I have to fall in love again, if I get a man that is in a wheelchair, I will gladly, boldly push him and love him. A lot of young ladies come to me, oh, Stacey, want to be like you. You are a lucky person. Sometimes I have to cry before going to a program back in the days. Sometimes I have to, I would be so sad. And I say, you guys don't, you wish you are like me? Are you serious? Don't wish and see things on social media, peer pressure now, and think that there is something wrong with you. If anything, go back to school like I did. I have my kids, I've married for years, but I got to a point in my time reading Mr. Williams' book, enlightened me, and it was a wake-up call for me to know that, no, he said there is a good in you. Stacey, you can do more. We need good people. I barely talk to a lot of people now. Sometimes majority also can mislead us, and church people can make us settle for less due to religious things that they will band us with. When they are abusing you, they will ask you to steal, endure. No, you are a child of God. You deserve better. Yeah. And the love God is saying we should share is not what you are experiencing. My sister, my auntie, my mom, it's okay to divorce. I'm sorry to say this, but no, I'm just saying something. If you are going through abuse, no, I'm being real. Like if you are in any situation whereby you are losing yourself, you are losing yourself in the process. There are some people they are living, but they are dead, they are corpses. Yeah. I know where I revived my soul from. I know how deep I was. I was so cold. I couldn't feel anything. I'm in America, but America is not enough. I'm in Japan. Japan is not enough. I mean, wherever I am, I still can't feel myself. I still can't breathe. And I know 90% of young ladies out there are settling for less because they think there is nothing out there. Step out, go to your gym, get your bodies together, go back to school and speak Blair. Shinuna Dinu, when you come home, use him as an exercise. I'm sorry to say that in tree. Like flip the table. Do something for yourself. You are not just limited to cooking and cleaning and pushing the baby making machine. No, you are wonderfully and fearfully made by a maker. There is something good in you. Don't let the ring and the so-called church people or whatever it is that they paint perfection, blackmail you to die without fulfilling your purpose and your mission and live is your life. If you give them the permission, trust me, they will ride on you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Stacey. Thank you. You know, anytime you talk from the heart, and I've known you for that long, so I know you're talking from the heart. All right. So let's come this way. You know, marriage is for better, for worse. So that point you said, if something divorce, no, don't say that.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying if you're in abusive. marriage.
Look at all the
That's
women.
what I'm
Look
saying.
at all the women.
And then you go through all the process.
Not for better for worse. What is you mean? You've been married for so long, and you only see the worst part of it, and getting the worst part out of you.
Where is the
That's
betterment?
where the best is coming. The best is coming.
Please.
The best is yet to come.
Yes.
You are to the die.
Yet to come.
You never see. They will not even hit orgasm. I'm telling you the truth. To die.
You man.
I'm being real. Trust me.
Hey, you know that orgasm thing. We will talk about it later, but sometimes you
have to beg. You have to beg to come. You have to beg. Yeah, it's like you have to be extraordinary. They have to choose when to kiss you or when to come on, get your life together. It's your life. You have to enjoy being in charge.
All right.
Sorry for that.
Being real, because people are dying.
Yeah.
A lot of people are dying inside and outside. I knew when I got married, right? I think about a month later, I knew my decision was wrong. I went to my pastor.
You.
Pastor, no, I can't marry this man. You know, he said I should go and pray. And I was like, I know this is wrong. I've taken a wrong decision, please. All the wedding and stars. He said, oh, God will do. And then God will do. In the 6 years married, he left home, I don't know how many times. And then we have to go and bring him back, talk to him. And it's like, you are disturbing somebody. And I was like, you know what?
Like he's doing you a favor.
Although my mom is a pastor, but I think I cannot continue this journey because this guy himself has a problem. The problem let me talk about Ghana. We have most is our men doesn't have role models because most of them, their fathers are not at home. Their fathers are not living at home. So they couldn't even experience this family lifestyle. So when they get married to you, they think, okay, you have to be there for them and do everything. You have to be the mother, like the way this lady said, pamper them. Excuse me, do you all respect? Pamper what? If you pamper your own child and you did not bring the child up, what do you get at the end? You get a spoiled child that you cannot control. So you can't just say, pamper. Well, if you pamper your own and it works for you, that doesn't mean that everybody is supposed to do that. So don't put those all of us into the same boat. And nowadays social media likes and stuff has made such women also come up with things that you ask yourself, excuse me, do you all respect? Some women are dying. Some women are dying. Men are killing women here and there. And you sit down over there and say, pamper them. My sister said something. You are the head, but I'm also your helper. So it means we have to. It's a teamwork. It's not a one-way, work that I have to do everything. I do cleaning. I take care of the children. I go to work. I take care of my business. I do this. So what you do, sir? What do you do at home? If you don't do anything and you sit down, my ex-husband couldn't even change Pampers, common Pampers. So you see, sometimes our men also needs to learn. Don't sit down there and think, oh, I'm worrying, so the woman should do everything. No. I mean, don't you get excited when you see something good coming out from your wife? I think every man has to be very, very proud to, get a talented woman who can, do so many things.
All right. So as we are talking about the career and marriage, now let's talk about power, women in power. Guys, we're going to go for a bit. So we will still come back. This program needs to have a second part 2 because this is not enough. This is not enough. Let's talk about women in power. There's this video I want to play. There's this lady in Ghana, and she's saying, women, when you get power, all right. So we will play this video, then we'll take it from there.
He goes from baby and for them, me you know you say, yo, always remember, let's pump them. When you come, my dear, for not to massage and I say, and pride is killing women. Pride when they get little chicken change, but they have little in their account and they have connection. People they know me, I know this, I know it. Man, you don't know anybody. Keep quiet and submit.
All right, so we all heard that, my dear, you don't know anybody. keep quiet and submit, isn't it?
Oh,
So pride is killing you, women. That's
no,
what she's saying.
confidence. You know, I think we both of four of us, we are women full of confidence. We exchange confidence with pride. The fact that you know, have the confidence to do things doesn't mean that I'm pride. You know, we exchange words. Sometimes maybe the meaning of those words, we don't even, you know, search for them properly. Because we are confident, we are full of confidence and can do, you know, we know what we want. If you don't know what you want, you can't.
All right. Now you getting me here. You say you know what you want. And when the guy proposed to you, you accepted it. And now the guy doesn't want you to have a career. You crying? And
no, wait a minute. I said there wasn't proper communication. Even if he told me
I'm
that
not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about you, your guy, but
okay.
in general.
Okay, all right then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what I think it is that initially when you when I got married,
that's the word initially. That's the word.
Initially when I got married, I didn't know my purpose. My purpose was created after the marriage. That's the moment I knew what I wanted. But getting there was another step. But eventually along the line, when I was developing my purpose in a marriage, it seems like I was what they were saying tree is like a entire running. That was not the case. It was not about prideness or she wasn't respectful or whatever it was. It just was that I knew what I wanted in my life. And this is not the direction I wanted to go to, because I had my own will before I entered into a marriage. And that was the problem I was having. So the fact that you are saying that why you know what you want, you choose this, because I didn't knew what I wanted.
That was my initial stage.
In my initial stage, I didn't know what I wanted.
That comes to my question.
Because it was like being in a church, you know, those kind of things. And then suddenly I got into, you know, the devil was Prada thing. So it was like, no, I wasn't getting what I needed and I wasn't being happy. Then I was happy living with my mom than being in his house.
All right. So that's what comes to my question. That, you know, if this is not love, or you know this is not what you want, why is it so hard for you to get out before you discover yourself? Because to you, MEVERLY, you said when you went into the relationship, you did not have any idea, but you discover yourself after the marriage. And I'm saying, how come do you guys discover yourself, then divorce? When you discover yourself, divorce. Why?
When you discover yourself, you're a threat. And the moment you are a threat, the person shows his true colors. Then you see that you married an abusive person. And that's what I...
Lady SWAD, you want to come in?
Okay. I just want to answer that question.
Like you are shocked.
Well, I want to answer that question. It's not like you discover yourself, or it's not like you don't know what you want to do, or you don't know who you are. But remember what I said before, that the way we've been brought up as women, and the ideas that have been put into our mind that since we were little, that you don't have anything in your life except your husband and your children. Okay, so when you find that person and when you're in love with that person and everything, and you want to get married, you don't think about other things. Okay, but let me just correct you in here. We don't just discover ourselves, and when we discover ourselves, we leave. No, marriage to women is a sharing thing. Okay, so if I'm coming to you and I want to do something, and you can't believe that I'm going to be staying all my life like that. Well, what the point is? What the point? from just you marry me and I just stay home, cook and clean and just be under you all the time. There's a lot of women are like that, okay? But at the same time, if you are an educated woman, even before you get married, okay, you will put in your mind that when you get married, you will continue with the same thing, but other things come in life, okay? You have your children and the man says, oh, well, not now, maybe later. And because you don't want to break this marriage, you want to continue with it. So you will delay everything, okay? But hopefully, somehow at a particular point, you will say enough is enough, because if you have that thing in you, it will keep coming up. And by the way, men know these things, and you man will know that thing, that you have that thing inside you. So every single time that things want to come out, he will try to do something to distract you. And because we want to keep the family together too much, we are so scared that this is our job. Don't you always hear that? Oh, if you're smart woman, you will keep your family together. And you want to be that smart woman. Yeah. If you are a good woman, if you are coming from a good house, you're going to keep your family. You're going to look after your husband. You're going to do this. So this is what plays in our mind. So every woman out there will say, okay, I want to be the good woman. I want to be the good woman that will keep her husband home and will keep this family together and everything. And you will do the best, and you will delay everything about your personality for later. But it will come the time like you want to do something. You can't be doing this. So that's the time that when the man should come in and you guys have that talk that I talked about before. We need to talk. Like really, that's the good thing. We need to talk. But when we get to the point of getting divorced after we discover ourselves, no, we don't do that. Just think that we don't get into certain agreement. We don't agree with that person. And that person knows exactly who we are. That person married us because we are smart. That person married us because we look good. That person married us because there is a lot of things. But as one of the sisters said, they don't want to see that side of you. They don't want to see that powerful, that you are out there, you're doing something. They want that, that smartness and thing just to put it on them. So out there, they're shining and their house is going wonderful. The kids are beautiful and they're doing well at school. So he can walk outside there, my kids are doing well and this is my household. But he is not doing anything, for all of this. This is all your work. So that's why he doesn't want you to go out. He wants you to keep doing that thing so he can keep looking out there very good, like the man of the house and everything. So when you say, no, I want to go out there as well, that's when they get scared. That's when the abuse comes. That's when they will start texting for you. That's when they will start abusing you. That's when they will start trying to get to the point that they want to take the children because they just want to keep you there. Okay, so if they actually forgot all of that and say, you know what, yes, we're gonna sit down and talk about it and we're gonna help each other so we can grow together. Men love to grow, but they don't want to grow with you. And especially, let me put it this way, especially our African men, just put it that point. Our African men, they are so, yes. They don't want to grow with the woman. They scared, or like maybe Tracy said, they're jealous. If you have money or if you have something that you're gonna go out of control, they love that control. So we don't want to be there with you to control us. We want to be there with you to love us, and we want to be there with you to do something good together, and we will grow up together. But if you keep controlling me and I don't want that control, and you will do your best to keep me in. The end of the day, I will leave. That's why most of women, when they get to that point, they will come into clash with the partner. He doesn't want her to do this. She wants, because this is her personality. This is what inside her. You don't want her to do that. Of course, I will leave. Okay. So this is just the point. So we have to sit down and talk about it, and actually, hopefully, we'll get into some point together, and we will live happy.
All right. Let me read a bit of messages from Kinsape. Kinsape said, for every successful man, there's a woman. Kinsape, okay. That's
what he said?
For every successful man, there's a woman. And I think he's talking about there's your mother, like, you know, your mother. No?
Well, he doesn't know.
I don't think he's talking about women like your wife or your partner, but your mother, you know.
I
For
don't think
instance,
so.
Is that what he wrote?
that's not what he wrote, but I think that's what he's trying to say. All right, he said, you ladies are beautiful and, like, you know, you need to be empowered. You're not slaves. All right, so we understand women are not slaves. No, for me, I don't believe women they need to be or something. But all what I'm trying to say is that when you guys get power, so let's talk about the power. Women are your own, you are your own enemy. You know that. Women are their own enemies. Guys, for us, we use your enemies to get advantage from you. A woman will get a power, like how she will be treating other women, like in the office, like the way she, like, you know, when she's walking, it seems like you guys don't even have foot to step on, like the way you carry yourself. What is that? What is that? Is that the power inside the head, or what makes you guys be like that? Like, you know, Maverick, why that?
I have workers under me, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not like, I'm in power, but I'm not like that. I have a lot of people I cater for and stuff, but if power, what I think a little bit what you're mixing is power and pride. Um, Pride has never led to growing your business or sustaining or keeping your customers or my clients. So the fact that I'm in power, you need to know that when you're in power, you have a lot of responsibility. So I cannot let my pride have the head of me because I will not achieve anything. And I have a bigger goal than what I'm doing. So if I want to have this goal and achieve the things, I will not let my pride have the upper way in my life. The fact that I'm in power. I can do so many things with the things I'm seeing and the things I have. But in the end of the day, what will I gain out of it? Because I want to leave a legacy for my children to come. And putting out this power mentality, pride mentality, I will not achieve my goals. I will not get what I want.
All right. That's so sweet from you. But in reality, that's a different story. Stacey, what is your take on that? You mute yourself.
Yes, I really want to top up with what we do with power. She stated, it depends. Most of the women, 95% is true. We are all enemy because the men, so-called boys, men, guys made it so. And some of us are a result from abuse from home or experience we had, being it cheated on with a best friend, or it's always from we think we're taking a revenge. That is how I see it. So we don't want to give our fellow human chance, but it all boils into maturity and then and pride. You know, women, we love each other, even if we show very defensive and think we don't want. We do that for defense. Most of women that you see them ruling or in a position whereby they put other women down are a product or a result of one way or the other being cheated on, being maltreated growing up, or being, people saying stuff to seduce other women, taking power out of her, or she being bullied or one way or the other from a fellow women. But there are so many good women out there also who support women, who encourage women, who knows their worth and value and knows that we're supposed to be each other's keeper. Okay, I would say I have been working where I used to work. I don't know, for some reason, they have this religious thing that they just don't want to work with me because I'm a Ghanaian or something, and I'm not from Asante, or I'm not from Fanti, I'm from what? They have this, race issue, and they would rather support other women from their tribe. Even in the media today, if the Asantes are pushing the Asantes, that is what is happening in our today's world. So it's not just women alone in our today's world. It has become a huge worldly something that is going on, that we are taking it upon those things to fight one another, to bring one another. Why wouldn't a woman hate a woman when a woman knows very well that this man is a married man, this man has a fiancé, or knows very well in the neighborhood that this man is going out with this one, and yet will say yes to that guy, to that man, just to taste whatever it is they are tasting, just to enjoy. It's become a competition. It's a low self-esteem we feel. It's insecurity that makes us go against our kind. Men would never do that. A man or a guy will be under one roof, going out with the same lady, but it will be hard for you to know. They can play their games and play along. But we women are being generous. We can't fake. We are being real. If we don't like you, we don't like you. We show it. You know, we turn up to attack physically by the way we treat other women, out of jealousy, out of maybe they are good looking, out of maybe they are beautiful, they are pretty, out of they are smart and all that. Due to our past, we carry our past luggage. When your schoolmate or your best friend take your boyfriend from you and all that, we take that pain and that incidents along us in the journey of our life, in our relationship, in our workplace and all that. And we are still fighting and defending because we are insecurity create an edge for us to say, don't touch me, don't come close. We don't want to give equal opportunity for a second chance, especially if it has to do with love or abuse. We don't want to, because your fellow human being, a woman, can look at you and take the guy you love, because we go ratting our mouth, telling them our word, and then we will end up knowing that they take our position. They use the same thing to take our man from us. They use the same thing to replace our, to be with the person we want to end up with. So why wouldn't we take revenge on ourselves? But if we can forgive, you know, cheating will disappear in the world. If we women, like the four of us right now, we make up our mind not to be with somebody that is somebody. You know, before you say yes to somebody, you investigate to make sure you do your background check, you communicate, you ask around before you say yes to somebody. The moment you know that person is seeing somebody or have intention of dating another person, if all women can care and come together as one, to protect each other, say no to the men, no matter how good looking their money, just not to harm your fellow human being, or just not to date somebody's husband, just not to take somebody's men from. Men will change, and I think it will minimize cheating, and it will also help us not to be each other's enemy or dig our own graves for hole. Women doesn't share. We don't like sharing. Sharing is a problem for us. Okay, so if I know my sister Stella is dating somebody, and then that guy is interested in me, why I have to put myself in her shoes and knows that it's wrong to give in, because me giving in, that man will take advantage and go for the third person, the fourth person, because we don't know what we want. We are lost. We are desperate. We settle for anything because you know very sure that he has somebody. You know very sure that this person has married before or dating more than one or two girls. But yes, still we say yes to them because we think we are the perfect one. So the immature, the immature men take advantage of that and date more than 4 or 5 women at a time, because they see us to be, say, we are lost and we are in need of a father figure, or we are in need of I don't know, companionship or something. They have this crazy, some of them have this crazy thing when they see a woman thinking that, oh, Onidimi, oh, I have to be there, I have to play along. If I move away, if I don't manage her or something, she won't survive. Or we give them that impression, and then we end up taking that bitterness and pain to fight our fellow women, individual. Everywhere we find them, it becomes like an attack and a self-defense, and we don't want to support. But I pray this thing changes, because we have to stand and team up and prove to the men that we can empower one another, we can encourage one another, we can say no. It feels good to turn a man down knowing she has somebody already, no matter how good looking and their money, it feels good to take your power back and say, no, I'm doing the right thing. I'm not going to let my sister, my mom, my auntie suffer or experience what I feel. We should flip the pain and rather use it to win and help one another. Trust me, the world will be a better place if women can do that.
All right. Thank you so much. We want this world to be a better place.
Welcome.
That's why we are on LxP show today. As you are saying, women need to do this, they need to do that. I wish they are like you. Like this world would be a better place, but we are not. So we are individual people. All right, let's come this way. As we are talking about power, you know, a woman would go to marry someone, like, you know, she get married. Or what she think is what the mom went through. I don't want to be like what my mom went through. So even if the guy is not behaving like the dad, this woman will always refer the mom issue. Let's say you are from an abusive family and you marry somebody who is not even abusive. That person doesn't even think about that. And then this woman will start going on in her head that, oh, I don't want you to, like, you know, if anything happens in the relationship, always she will say is, you want to be like, you know, you want to treat me like my mom, how my mom was going through. And you women know it. Most of the time you go into a relationship, oh, what you guys thinking is, what happened when you were a kid? And you take it to work. And so as Stacey is saying, you get the job, then you become like the overall boss and you're bossing everybody around. You're so rude, so mean. Like, I'm not kidding. I've seen several women like that. Several women on the corporate ladder, when they get to that level, they just think, I don't know whether if you get to that level, you become God. All right, so why are you shaking your head, Stella?
If let's talk about human being, not a woman. You
Mhm.
know, if someone react like that, then that person was like that and has been like that all those while. Because, you know, humbleness, I always say that humbleness have something to do with your upbringing. It does not always mean that because that woman get to that level, that's the reason why that person is behaving like that. And now I come in with something. In Africa, we've never learned when discipline start becoming part of us. You know, and that's we mix words a lot. Um, Stella Weber, for instance, I'm a very disciplined person. Very, very, because I've been working with a lot of Germans. And this place, oh my God, discipline is our like R and O. So that is my husband. That is Stella Weber. We are working in the same job. And let me put it in this way, I'm the boss. When we come home, that is my husband, you know, but when we get to the office and something is not working very well, I need to see that, you know, the whole thing, you know, goes on the way it's supposed to be. That doesn't mean that I'm being rude, or that doesn't mean that the person is being bossy or something, but it's the discipline that the person have learned and want the work to get to its better position. I think we are talking about a whole lot of things that my dear sister, I think, is it Sadie or something, said that our upbringing has become a problem. The last time I told you, the way we were brought up, it's a problem and has become a problem. If you did not get a family like my own, my mom, who went to school in Scotland and have this mix of, you know, European and you know, it's a big problem for you, because women are always like, you know, obey, we obey, we obey, we obey, we obey. So everything has become
Trust
obey,
and
obey, obey.
obey. Trust and obey.
So sometimes it makes that when you start developing your skills and everything, and you are trying to add a bit discipline to it makes the whole thing look like, oh, you are the boss and not trying the whole no, it's not like that. You are trying, because some of us, we pull a lot of people with. But some of the people has misused our trust. You see, our humbleness has been misused. So sometimes you want to bring in this kind of discipline and know that this is the work. Please, can you do it the way it's supposed to be? And then, so I think we are all not the same. We cannot just say that because this woman, because the word that you said, I've never heard a woman taking like what went on between mom and dad into into her marriage. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, they do though. But they do. Most women.
Yes.
Really?
I want to come in. I want to say something on that.
Let me give you an example. I went through something when I was between 6, 7, which I will not talk about it. But you know something? When I was growing up, I decided to do what? To work over that thing so that I will not carry it into my marital life. I don't know whether you are getting what so I'm not, well, maybe I will not do that. Maybe I don't know people who does that, but sometimes I think it's all about, learning. It's all about trying to work towards our past. When you keep on living with your past, the past become a problem in everywhere you found yourself. And I'm one of the people who always say, okay, that was my past. Okay, the past is gone. We forget about the past. Now we move on. And that's the reason why sometimes things work a bit differently for me. So I don't know, as Stacey said, yeah, some people does. Then I will just plead with those people that I think it's better sometimes we work towards our past and live it. We let it become our past and open another chapter and then move on. Because if not, it's like you circle yourself with everything around you. So how can, the best in you come out there?
All right. As I said,
can I come in?
You will come in. As I said, there's a couple of people who I've spoken with, and there was a lady who was telling me this. My dad used to beat my mom, and now that I'm married, I always want my husband to beat me too. Like I was like, are you insane? I was like, are you like, I use the F word, but not here. But yeah, are you all right? And he said, oh yeah, when he beats me like that, he buy things for me and all the stuff. I said, man, you have your head taken from your neck. That would be a good thing, isn't it? All right, so Stacey, you come in. So it does happen.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's very true. That lady really is just, we women, okay, we are very emotional. Things that we're supposed to use our head to think of, we go with our heart. And then if you don't get the right person to understand and come down to your level to help you say no to those things, because things that we see with our eyes or we go through, me, for instance, I am fighting to let my past go. I'm telling you, it has been years of my share in relationship and marriage experience. But sometimes it's a mindset, like you said. Auntie Stella is so smart that she easily knows her don'ts and do's or things that will harm her. She grew out of her stuff, work on herself. But it's not for all of us. Some of us, I wish sometimes I don't have to think about stuff. To date, I have trust issues. I don't care. I take it to everywhere. You have to take your time and end your trust, even trust, even friendship. You have to end it. Because of my experience with friends, family, and even relationship, even love. Trust me. And I am still holding on. I can't just let go of my past because my past is a wake-up call for me. It's the energy of what I use in my past that will contribute to what is doing. If it is harming me to go into that mindset of the lady saying, my husband has to beat me so that he buys things for me. That is all she grew up witnessing. She thinks that is love. I'm telling you the truth. There are some other people, even when you have to make love with them, you have to treat them in a certain way, not because they like it, but they are just a result of what they witnessed growing up. They feel that is all life have to offer for them. They don't enjoy it, but they see it that is life. And they have to. This is how, the this is all I am good at. Those are the people why we have to come out from our shells and tell them it's no. You can get help. You can go for counseling. You need to talk to a therapist. You need to open up. All it takes is to confide, not just in anybody, but right people who knows what they are doing. That is why it's good for you to reach out to have maybe a godfather, not just a godfather, but read now. Google is there for you. Type in something and it will be a start point, and then go for these motivational godfathers that knows, have books and have background and a real experience will tell you that no, you don't deserve that. No, you can do something about it. Let me say this. I know my sister, is this Australia sister?
SWAD.
Yes. Book that I chip into recently. I know that she got to a point of her life that she opened up to somebody, or she confided, or she decided to use her experience to give hope back to women like her that couldn't have the voice to come out and stand and say no to that. My other sister too, let me see the name.
MEVERLY.
Yes.
MEVERLY.
Also, might go to a point of time, I know one way or the other, that somebody wake them up, or maybe you yourself decided to, because you have had enough. We women are very emotional. We keep stuff in us. That is why it's not easy for a woman to take off, not all women, to just take off their pants to sleep with anybody. But men can just be everywhere. Some men, and they don't use love, but they just want to come. But some women, before they will process the thing in their head, they will think of it. We use our hearts before we do an act. So if we come out abusing or showing certain defense in our rural areas, and we are saying because they did this to our mom, or we witnessed this when we growing up, it's because we have been brainwashed, and our mind is like a camera. I can still recall certain things that I experienced back then when I love all over and give my all to a guy, thinking that blah, 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 blah. Till date, if you don't have patience and you don't have that spirit to take your time, you even get my attention. Why? Because I need to be like this to help my own self. I need to create this an edge. I need to create this altar. Don't come close. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Just for my own good, because I am so kind, and my emotions always put me in the wrong hands, being it friendship, family. People take advantage of that. People abuse that thing I have, and they use me to their advantage. So I need to be strong. Yes, I need to say, I need to look like, but if you come close, I'm very soft. You have to earn it. I'm doing that for self-defense. I don't care how I have to use that to abuse somebody. That is no. But I use that to push and text time so that the right people will still stay and end my relationship, friendship, or whatever in my life. So our mothers, yes, of course, they tell us, when you call them, say, hey, in this family, they even use this family, their marriage is no, if you go and small thing and you come, blah, blah. They use those traditional stuff to scare us, not even to open up. They want us to thank God that this is all we deserve. That is what I would say in this life. Hey, people are going to say, you just, the person is dying. What are you talking about? So the lady will zip it and endure. And guess what? One day, suicide. One day before I realize, there's no life. So that person will come in terms with Obi saving somebody to paint your work. And some of them try to fall back, but they are never the same because time passed and it's too late for them. I'm being honest. Some of them wish They hear what we are talking about today. So our generation are lucky. These videos, we all have to share, put it in our platform and push it, push it, push it. They need to know that we are a result and we are saying that you can still be successful. I'm back in school. Guess my age. I've had all my kids and I am still back in school. You can't put your stuff down just because of what you are in abroad, just because you are married, just because. Don't settle. This is now. If you see this video, it is now. Now take action. Take your time, treat yourself, step out, do something for you, be unique. That's it. That's why I want to say I'm sorry, but it's hard time. We do more this to let them know that it's not the luxury and the people see me and they think you got it, but people see stuff because they are not, the so-called slave people are not telling them the truth. So they always think, say, hey, it's unfortunate. I am cursed. I am not lucky enough. No, you are lucky to be alive. You are lucky to breathe. You are lucky today. Take action now. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much. But we will do part 2 of this because this we haven't said much, but it's 2 hours already. So we will end up here, but we will do part 2, and I will come with another one. It's all about women and religion. Like you guys are just stringing inside the pastor's arms, all because you want something that we don't know what it is. So we will come up with that, guys. Just hold on for that. That will be coming soon. Women with religion. What are you guys looking for anyway?
Father, we're looking for a father, a best friend.
And then the pastors use you for those. All right. So, Lady SWAD, you got like 2 minutes. What do you have for your viewers? And thank you so much for being on the LxP show.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you so much for all our viewers, and thank you so much to you for bringing all of those lovely, intelligent, beautiful ladies from different parts of the world. It's very nice listening to them, and you know, it's actually it's a great thing that to see our ladies out there. They're doing their best, and this is actually makes me happy and encourage me to do even more because of those ladies that. And I do thank those ladies for whatever that they're doing. I don't have that much touch with the other 2 ladies, but I know Stacey, she's doing great, wonderful work. Keep up the great job that you're doing all the time, and we'll be following you. And for our viewers and men and women, I just want to say something for men that I always say in my program, that I don't hate men and I don't have any problems with men. And my experience did not take me to that point that I don't like men anymore. No, I know that we're in this life together. And what I'm asking for is just give us the time and sit down and learn to have a good conversation. Be honest with yourself before you be honest with us. Tell exactly what you want, so we'll be able to work together. And for women as well, just be yourself. And as my sister Stacey said, don't settle for something that is not for you. And we all make this mistake over and over again. But just be strong and just believe in yourself.
All right, thank you so much. All right,
thank you.
MEVERLY, can we hear from you in 2 minutes? What do you have for your viewers and yeah, those who are watching you?
I want to thank everybody for listening to us, and hopefully this conversation, this meeting, this setup was encouraging enough, you know, to have a different point of view, especially for the men, to understand the point of view of women out there trying to make it in a corporate life, or trying to make it as an individual, or trying to make it as somebody who has a purpose or an aim in life. And for all the women out there who listen, or the young ladies who listen to us, is that it is not something to be ashamed of if you have something extra to give in this life, and that you need to keep on and stick to it and believe that, you know, you're doing it for the better good of yourself, and that it is important as well to put yourself at the first hand instead of putting yourself always at last. So I hope that was motivating enough, and that we shared our opinions on our different views all around the world. So I thank everybody just for listening to us. And hopefully next time we'll meet again.
Thank you so much. All right, Stella, in 2 minutes, what do you have for your viewers and your, for LxP Show?
I think as my two great women has already said, I just want to say a very big thank you to our viewers for taking their time to listen to us, and of course to you as well. And I'm so proud to see such great women around. I'm really extremely excited. You know, I've heard a bit about Stacey, but I didn't really know her. And then today meeting these two great women, it means a lot to me personally. I also want our men to know that it's not that we are sitting here trying to, tell them what we want, but we want them to know that we want a better home. We want men who love us, take us the way we are. And that's the reason why we want us to, work things better. We want things to get on very well so that there will not be a lot of divorce. Because if not, we will leave, of course. Nobody will stay there and die. And then I also want my women, young ones, also to know that it is not too late. It has never been too late. Mr. Sensei said she is going back to the school. As you see, look at the lady, a grown-up woman who has gathered all her confidence and said, no, I'm going back to school. So if you are somewhere, it doesn't matter where you are, just sit quietly and, start going back and say, what do I want to do? If there is anything at all that you think you will have to do, go ahead. Go ahead. It doesn't matter. It is not too late. Gather your strength, gather everything, and then just take a risk and move on.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much for having the time to be with us on LxP Show. Stacey, you got 2 minutes. What do you have for your viewers? I really love to hear from all of you ladies. Like, it's been so wonderful journey. Some of you, we started like almost 3 years. Stacey and Lady SWAD, we started a while ago, and then MEVERLY came in. Then I have Stella. So Stella has already been on the LxP Show 3 times. Just very quick. Yeah, we started LxP with Stacey and SWAD and MEVERLY. Thank you so much. So Stacey, in 2 minutes, what do you have for? Yeah.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you to all these women. It's not easy for us. I know we all have something to do, but just because we also want to touch lives, and this, what we are doing, our generation to come is going to benefit from this. We wish our forefathers or our mothers have something like this when growing up to learn and fall on, to even know relationship and stuff. Like I said, I lose my mom, so I had no idea what it is. I couldn't even differentiate what coming and orgasm is. So I have to find that myself. I'm just being real. Okay, we need platform like this to let them know that they should take their time. They should rather get to know themselves. Okay, they should study themselves. It's okay to take your time and assess yourself. Okay, it's okay. We shouldn't rush into premature relationship just because everybody is doing it. Because some of us, that is our deadline. We buy that is our dead end. One error you make with the wrong guy, one error can kill you, can kill the life out of you. So we should exhibit spirit of waiting, of training. I'm not saying too spiritual, but you need God to guide you. We have something called spirit of discernment. We know danger, but the fanboy is killing us. And just because friends are doing it, we want to fit in. We want to be accepted. We want to please people. That when it comes to that reality of life, they will not be there for us. It's us and our God. It's us and ourselves. Why do we buy more than we can chew? I am pleading with all of them that if they watch this video, they should play it over again. They will learn from it. We are not just here acting. This is real life and real experience. I am pleading with them that it's okay. Men, they should love us wherever you are. We don't hate men. The fact that we have experienced some bad part of some men doesn't say it's all men. There's some good ones over there. What I'm saying is we are just like a mirror. We, the women, we are just like a mirror. The energy you are giving, when we flip the table, a time will come. Some of them knows and will decided not to mind you, not because they don't know what you are into or what you are doing to them, but they chose because they love you and they are still with you. Don't take it lightly. But some of them also will be like my sister here in Australia, my sister here in other places in Germany and what have you, and we stood in the gap and fight because of what? Our children. We are examples. Listen, they watch us, and if we love, listen, how can you love the fruit and hate the tree that bear the fruit? Food for thought. If you love my children, you have to love me. Let them watch you. Let them witness the love you want to give to them. No. Let them see it through me so that they will know, nah, my daddy did not treat my mom like this, so I can't stand for this. I don't deserve this. That is where some will say, woman answer, come answer, teach me answer, because that is all. So our moms and daddy, we wives, we husbands, we should give, we shouldn't fake it naturally. We should exhibit loving. Let our kids see that love. Let them witness that mommy can argue, but they sort it out. Let them wait, but you don't stand and scream and condemn and suppress a woman in front of your kid, thinking you are gaining their love or doing it all by yourself, thinking that is a good thing. Guess what? You are harming. If they are girls, they are going to grow up and think it is okay for a man to maltreat and treat them like that. If they are boys, they take that ego and pride temper to start beating women and start maltreating women. So we should learn from this and know that we are all equal, wonderfully made by God. We are not slaves. We're supposed to be their helper. If they want to go Bible way, use the same Bible to let them know that, no, I'm supposed to help you. So negotiate with me. Talk to me. Let's come to a common ground. Let's understand. I shouldn't have to prove my dream. We're going to have a 10, even in sex. Let's have a 10. Let's be on top. Let's flip it up. Not just, we should just lie down. I am done. Open your leg. Do the, no, we need to feel that we are parts. We are partners. We need it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Stacey. Lawrence Otu said, I should greet you.
Hey, my boss.
Wife and all the ladies.
My homies.
You're so beautiful, and yeah, watching you ladies. All right. So ladies, thank you so much. And those who are watching us on Likey, thank you. There's a lot of questions we did not touch, but we will come back again with this. And I hope this will keep going because people love it. They've been watching, sending me messages, especially on Likey as well. So we'll say goodbye.
Please, can we have your social media so that we can also follow you guys? Because we need to push one another. We need to support one. We need to share this video.
We will do that. We will link up.
Okay. Thank you.
So those who are watching us on Facebook, there's this picture. These are those beautiful ladies here. Just watch. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So hopefully I'm working on something. So we'll add more ladies to it because we want ladies to empower ladies, especially the young ones who are coming up, the slave queens and all those stuff. They need to know much about what you guys are going through because the truth is not out there. They prefer to put their eyelashes, their long nails, and come and sit on the social media and just slay, slay. And now shower you from the slave queen. So, and I hope we will continue to have fun, enjoy ourselves, Thank you so much, those on Facebook. Thank you so much on those on Likey. It's been a wonderful journey. It's been a wonderful journey.